just weird and awkward to sit there trying to put your shoe on while other people are pushing you, and you got you're like tripping. Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about what I learned flying alone for the first time. So a few weeks ago I went on a trip. I flew to Montana by myself, and I was picked up by my cousin Sarah and her best friend Savannah. I made some videos about it, which will be linked down below, and they also have a channel and they're vlogging their entire trip, and it's really cool because they went all the way around the United States, so I'll link their channel below too, so go check them out. So I went to Montana and I flew alone for the first time. So I have been on a plane before this trip, but it was just, I flew to Hawaii and back, but that was, I was like 10 years old or something, so I was a lot younger, and it's been like 10 years, so I had my whole family with me too, so it wasn't like I didn't have to take care of anything by myself, so I didn't really experience it. I don't really remember it. I don't really remember the plane at all, so so this time I was leaving from San Francisco and going to Helena, Montana. But I had a layover, which also made me nervous. I get anxious from not knowing what's gonna happen. So like, so many things could go wrong. Like I could go to the wrong terminal, I could go to the wrong gate, I could get on the wrong plane, I could miss my flight, like all these things, and like that's just what makes me nervous. So I did my research. This is the first thing I learned. Do your research. Because I looked up like the map of the airports I was going to. So I was going to Seattle Airport, Helena's Airport, which is so tiny. It was so small. Like I couldn't believe it. There was 2 gates and that's it. Compared to San Francisco, which is like, I don't even know how many. It was like humongous. It was like 3 malls put together. It was San Francisco Airport. So Helena was the tiniest thing, and oh my god. And okay, so what happened for me is I looked up the layouts of the airports for San Francisco, Seattle, and Helena. So for San Francisco, it's like, oh, where's Alaska Airlines? Because that's what I was taking. It turns out, oh, Terminal 2, and that whole thing is Alaska, and then you go through whatever. So do your research if you are like a nervous flyer, and anyway, just do your research, because I feel like the more you know, the better. Number 2, always get there early. I learned this from my aunt for sure. She's always told me, get there early. I don't know why. Like she's just been like early, so you don't miss your flight. So I got there 2 hours early, and I had an 8 a.m. flight, so I had to get there at 6 a.m. So I was exhausted, but always get there early, at least 2 hours for national, like, you know, international, I think that's what it's called, national? Domestic flights, get there 2 hours early, and then international 3 hours early. So that's what I learned too, and it does help. I mean, you will be kind of bored, but it might take forever to get through checkout or check-in, through security, if you're hungry, if you want to look around, you want to go to the bathroom, you know, give yourself a chance to like get comfortable, find your gate. So get there early. Number 3, if you're afraid of planes crashing, which is not very often, but if you are still afraid of them crashing, safest place to be is in the back of the plane. So they're number 3, I learned back of the plane. The 4th thing, I guess, that I learned is that you can check in online or with an app. So I thought this was very convenient, because the place that you check in at airports is like behind security. So you have to check in, security, then you get to your gate. So if you have the app, then you can check in without having to go through security again. So that really helped me out, because I checked in at the kiosk at SFO because I had to go through security anyway, and it printed my boarding pass. I went through security. And then I took my flight and I landed in Seattle, and I had to find my next gate and like run over there. And I was there like an hour early. So I got there, and then I downloaded the app like right in the airport because I was like, how do I check in for this? So I checked in on the app with my confirmation code for my email. And it's really cool because it has like a little QR code on the app, and you can just scan it. So I know a lot of airlines have this. Like I took Delta and Alaska, and they both had the same thing. So it really does help. And then usually when you're at your kiosk checking in anyway, they'll print both boarding passes if you have a layover. So that was really cool too. So number 4, yeah, use an app or check in online because it does help and save time, and you have it right there, and you can take a screenshot of it and have it in case you don't have internet. So I think that's really cool. Okay, number 5 that I learned was that you need to make sure that you have enough time between your flights if you have a layover. Because I was so nervous. I didn't know this beforehand. My aunt had booked my flight for me for coming back from Minnesota, flying back to San Jose. So I had a layover. It was so dumb. I was in Rochester, and I had to fly for like 30 minutes, literally, to Minneapolis. And then from Minneapolis to San Jose. It was like super stupid. But I had this layover, and I was really nervous because I only had like an hour from when my first flight landed until my next flight took off. So I had to make sure there was no delays on my first flight, because if it was delayed, I wouldn't make it. So like the airport was super confusing when I got there, and I had to like maneuver through. I had to walk, like literally, I almost missed my flight. I had to run, I remember. So I had to run to get there because I was on the opposite side of the airport is where my first flight landed, and I had to catch the other one. So the thing to note is that planes start boarding 40 minutes before it takes off. So I had to like sprint to get there, and I'm so glad I ran, because if I didn't run and get on when I did, I would have had to check my bag. So always make sure you have time between your flights, or else you're screwed. Number 7 that I learned, snacks and drinks are free. I had no idea, and I just ordered water, and I could have had juice, and I was like, oh, I didn't know. And like I ended up getting pretzels at one point because I was really hungry. But yeah, snacks and drinks are free. Also, in that 7th learning category, you can bring food onto a plane. Like I literally brought a sandwich. I brought a sandwich onto the plane. So you can bring food. That I also didn't know. I had to like look at the TSA list of things you can bring. But yeah, you can bring food. Sometimes I'll have to take it out and scan it. But like SFO, it's a really big airport. They didn't have to. It was just in my bag, and it could scan it, and they were fine. But at the smaller airport in Rochester, they had to scan my Pringles. They had to like literally take it out and go scan it somewhere else and then give it back to me. Number 8, always make sure you're wearing easy to take off and easy to put on shoes. Like sandals, because you're gonna have to take them off at security, and it's just weird and awkward to sit there trying to put your shoe on while other people are pushing you, and you're like tripping. So you just wear some comfy shoes that you can slip on and off super quick. Number 9 that I learned, if your plane has its screen in the back of the seat in front of you and they have free Wi-Fi, it's usually free to use the thing, and they have movies and TV on there. It makes your flight go by so much quicker. I had a 3-hour, like 3.5-hour flight from Minneapolis to San Jose, and I was like, I am going to be so bored. And like when I got on there, I was like, I didn't even know like it was free and I could use it. And I watched what did I watch? I watched Sherlock Gnomes because I've never seen it, and I wanted to see it, but Ignacio doesn't want to see it, so I was like, I'm gonna watch Sherlock Gnomes, you know, screw it. It was only like an hour and 40 minutes, so like I watched that, and then I watched Tomb Raider, which I have seen, but the guy in front of me was watching it, and I wanted to watch it too, so I decided to watch it, and I ended up not seeing the last like 20 minutes of the movie, but it made it go by so much quicker. It was really nice. They gave me free earphones because I didn't have mine, so that was nice. I got to sip my drink and eat my little pretzels and like watch my show, and like it was really nice, and like I could look out the window when I wanted to. I could like rest my eyes 'cause I was exhausted. I could rest my eyes when I wanted to. So that was really cool. And yeah, I would say always go for that, but bring your own earphones because mine were very uncomfortable and they were hurting my ears because they were the ones they provided me. They were like super cheap and disposable. I think I still have them actually. Oh my god, I forgot. Sarah gave me chocolate. She gave me chocolate coins from C's. Score! Number 10, what I learned was like stay hydrated for sure. Make sure you have aspirin if you get headaches. I really did. I felt so thirsty. I felt so like I had like a migraine. It was horrible, and I was so tired. So make sure you take care of yourself, you know. And I think that's what I'm gonna leave it with. Those are 10 things I learned flying alone. So I hope you guys liked today's video. I hope you learned something, and I hope if you're going on a trip soon, you stay safe. Yeah, and like this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I post a video. Share, comment, let me know what other videos you guys want me to make. I'm working on some stuff right now. One of them, I'll give you a hint, it's with my alien abduction. So that should be coming soon. So that I'm really excited to film. Look down below in the description for the links to my other videos, and for Sarah and Savannah's channel. They're awesome and you guys should go subscribe. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!